Hey people, Sylvia's here. So this is a follow-up to my last video asking for advice. I did want to respond to everybody and kind of give you guys an update of what happened. But before that, I have just a minor complaint about Tibia. So this weekend, it's now I guess Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. It's Monday now. So this weekend it was double EXP week, as I'm sure you all know. Um, and I was busy Sunday night. I'll kind of explain that too in a second. But I was busy Sunday night, but I had to get all of my power gaming in by the end of Sunday. So that I was because I was done and I had a voucher active. My voucher expires in 2 days, but it had 8 days left on it or something. So I'm missing out a whole bunch on my voucher and I'm just not happy at all that. But the last thing I did last night was I did go to my gas station job last night. But I will explain that. And I also had to go to my other job, so I had a very short amount of time, and I wanted to get one last hunt in, and I was hunting war golems. And then the dude was like, you want to do the Annihilator? So ultimately, I did do the Annihilator. I wasted an hour waiting for the team to get there. It was super annoying. That is a weird outfit. Well, yeah. So, the whole process was a pain, but, I did get the quest. We did the quest. It was great. I picked up the Annihilator Bear, by the way. I made a video of it. The video will go live in a week and a half or something because I have a huge backlog. But yeah. So the video is made and everything, and I'm all yeah. So I logged in today because I still have the voucher when I got home from work at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. And I had logged out in the cave because I did not have time. I was going to be late. Oh, look, something's respawned. And I'm back in Yalahar without my bow. And I'm like, what? So apparently there was a reset on Olympa and 2 other servers. So all of my last hurrah of power gaming and doing the Annihilator quest were just erased. And I am so annoyed. And I wasted a day of voucher time. So I'm just not a happy camper. But anyway, let me fill you guys in with the situation. Because that's just driving me nuts. Oh man. Anyway, so let me fill you in with the situation. So, I talked to my friend, and he told me, yeah, you should just quit. And I spoke to, my mom, and she's really kind of, conservative and kind of always tells me to, suck it up and stuff like that. Which is why I don't usually talk to her a lot. Whatever. I mean, part of it is, I don't want to get into a situation with my mom right now, so this doesn't matter. But yeah, she's always just suck it up and then offers me, no assistance or anything like that. But she even was yeah, you should quit. Just quit that job. That's not worth it. So, everybody kind of commented to that effect in my video, and I, really appreciate everybody, answering my request for advice and whatnot. Basically, everybody who commented was you should quit. It was pretty much the unanimous decision there. A couple people did mention, though, that I should probably, have another job lined up first. It was mentioned that it's easier to find a job when you already have a job. And that's all true, of course. I guess, I didn't really go into detail over my, financial situation. And I'm also probably not going to go into detail about my financial situation. But, my financial situation, while not, great in any sense of... in any sense, will not be made appreciably worse by me not having a job for, several months or something like that. So, me not having a job for, until, December or something at this point wouldn't be, a massive, epic disaster. So, ultimately, I want to, follow up. While I was making that recording, my phone had rang several times. So, one of them was the food service manager, who was the one that, spoke to me kind of, politely after the fact. And told me, I should just call her if I have any kind of problems like that. So she called and she wanted to touch base because I had called out of work. I don't know what exactly I said in my video now. I don't know if I made the video before or after I called out, but I had called out. Get that crocodile. And I made a really lame excuse. It was pretty clear that I when they asked me why I was calling out, I said because I'm sick, and then just said nothing else. So, okay, so, it was pretty clear, that I was unhappy. So she called, and she wanted to kind of, touch base with me, because it was clear that I was, highly upset with the whole situation. I ended up like calling her back and speaking to her. And she was like really going all out to like try to make me feel better about this whole situation and make it so that I didn't quit. By the way, in case anybody wonders what I'm doing real quick, I'm checking the spots where the Midnight Panther can spawn. This character was already here, but he got, you know, when the server got reset, he got sent back to Yalahar. So yeah, like she tried, she was, you know, touching base with me and whatnot. And I basically, like, I didn't outright say to her that I was, like, considering quitting, but I made it pretty obvious that that's what I was doing. So after I spoke to her, I told her, you know, like, I was going to sleep and I wasn't sure what I was planning on doing. And then I was, like, really upset with the whole situation. And then she had the actual manager call me. It was the assistant manager that treated me like crap, okay? And the assistant manager is the one that's, like, kind of always treated me like crap. Like, in one of my Leaf videos, I think I mentioned about how, like, the first time I met her, she didn't introduce herself. And then she made me move a box, like, 6 inches to the side or something like that. And she's not on good terms. Like, she's kind of a crappy employee herself. And, like, the manager doesn't really like her because she doesn't do her job correctly. And, that sucked. Yeah, she doesn't do her job correctly, and, like, you know, she just sucks. And she, like, called out of work the one day, like, 45 minutes before she was due in, kind of stuff. So I talked to, like, the actual manager, and the actual manager is like, you know, don't worry, we'll, like, make sure there's no repercussions for you for this. And I'm like, I'm not super concerned about the repercussions of me for this. I'm just kind of irritated with the whole system. She tried to say something about how, like, you can't go through life being afraid of things, and that was kind of irritating to me, but whatever. And she said, you know, like, we're gonna have you, like, you're gonna write this, like, witness statement thing, and, you know, we're gonna take care of this. So, I wasn't really happy with the situation. I did go in that day. I ultimately called out. They called me the next day, and I had planned on going in the next day. They seemed surprised when I said that when they called me. But they wanted me to come in and pick up this, like, the paper so I could fill out the witness paper thing. I did not do that yet, by the way. I still have it. So, like, I picked that up. I ended up going to work. And, you know, I thought about it. I talked to a couple of customers. All of them basically echoed what all of you guys commented, which was, you know, screw those people. One of the customers I told even, like, flipped out about it and was, like, standing there yelling curse words while flipping off the security cameras in the store, which was, kind of funny. Like, it was kind of funny. Am I regenning? I guess I can check this now. Nope, I'm not. There we go. So, you know, alright, so, like, everybody was basically like, yeah, you know what, it's not worth it. For $8.50 an hour, considering your, you know, 5 years of experience as a supervisor, your 2 raises you got, it's not worth it, it's not safe. You should basically just quit. Some people, again, also echoed the you should probably have another job before you quit. But basically, everybody was like, you should quit. So, you know, I did all my stuff the next day, and then on my way out, I said, you know, like, I need to talk to the manager. And I said, look, I got to give you my 2 weeks. A couple of people told me I should just quit, like, then and just be like, look, today's my last day. And I don't know if you guys actually know, but I work 4 days in a row. I do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I used to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but they asked me to start doing Sundays. Whatever. And then I have, you know, Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday off. I'm sorry. So, you know, a lot of people were like, look, just, you know, tell them you quit, and you've got your 3-day, like, you're starting your 3-day weekend. Just tell them you're not coming back. And I thought that wasn't appropriate. So I did give him my 2 weeks. So I'm working this week. It's, like Monday, so I worked last night. I'll work tonight, I'll work Tuesday night, and I'll work, Wednesday night. The next week after that, I asked for a week off because my parents are going, like, vacation, and they need me to watch the dogs. So I'd already, like, put in a request off for that week. So they're not counting that as part of my 2 weeks, and then they want me to come back after that and work a couple of days. So I'm actually hoping this isn't going to screw up my recording, because I'm clicking the calculator. You know, maybe I should just do it with my phone. Oh, it doesn't matter. Hold on a second. Hopefully this doesn't screw up my recording. Alright, so looking at my... it doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm basically, my last day is going to be the 31st of July. So that gives me a decent amount of time to do some job searching. I mean, it's 20 days away at this point. I do have a solid week in the middle so that I can actually, like, a free time where I can actually, like, you know, do some job searching. And if at the end of that it looks like things are going completely downhill, I guess I could reverse my decision if I really needed to. I can't imagine I'm going to do that because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm capable of sustaining myself for an extended period of time with no job. I mean, that would definitely suck, but I can do it. Why are we flashing down here? Okay, that was weird. So that's the plan. I did quit. I did give them my 2 weeks. They were planning, and this is the other thing too that kind of like irritated me a little bit, is they were talking about all how, like, you know, they were going to make sure this situation was right, but they already weren't happy with that assistant manager, and I can't feel like they were using my problem as a like as an excuse to go after her. And if she wasn't already on the, like, crap list and they weren't already trying to get rid of her, I can't help but think that they would probably have blown off this situation and been like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, Silvius. Get over yourself. But because she sucks so much, they wanted to get rid of her. So part of the whole, like, me doing all this paperwork stuff was to get rid of her. Like I said, I still haven't done the paperwork. But when I went in last night, I was told that she had also given her 2 weeks' notice. I think she realized the writing on the wall and didn't want to get fired. So she also just was like, all right, I'm done. So she's quitting. Some people use that as an excuse. Oh, man, I sincerely hope that was recording there. Some people use that as an excuse to try to, like, convince me to stay, but I'm not. So I just wanted to fill everybody in with that situation. I'll leave these 2 videos up for, I guess, some amount of time, but I think I'll eventually delete them. Again, people, especially now that money's a situation, if you ever see an ad on one of my videos, you should click on them. But, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, check me out on Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, and again, thank you everybody for, like, giving me that advice and support. Thanks.